Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Head Talks.
Welcome back.
I'm Guyan.
I'm Caleb.
Episode 9.
Episode 9.
Episode 9 skis. This is crazy. I wonder. I was thinking about it. We say what episode it is like in the beginning. Are we always gonna do that?
Indeed. Like
Episode 347. Let's go. 3 million. 3 million. Episode 3 million.
Golly.
That'd be crazy. Hit us up if y'all want that many episodes. That'd be dope.
Facts.
It could potentially happen.
Maybe.
UFC did it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, UFC 299. Well, 298.
Yeah, 298. So it's almost 300. This
Who's
weekend,
fighting in 298?
This weekend is gonna be 298. Let me see. Let me go check because I do not remember.
I think we're going to talk about sports this episode. There's a lot of combat sports that are coming up recently.
Indeed. Alexander Volkanovski.
Against
the main
who?
fight. Is the main fight.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
What?
I don't know.
Leah Tapera?
Tapuria.
Paulo Costa's fighting?
Yes, that's
Who?
Robert Whitaker.
Oh, that's going to be a good fight, too. That's going to be a good fight.
So
Who do you, okay, so I know that Volkanovski is like, what, second or third for pound? Greatest fighter of all time? UFC fighter, I guess, of all time.
I think he might be the second. I'm not sure because
I think
don't
we
know
talked
if
about
John
it.
Jones
We talked about
has
it
number one right now.
Yeah.
Or what's his name? The Russian dude. Is he Russian? I don't know.
Yes, he's from Dagestan. Islam Makhachev.
Yes. I don't know if he got it.
I think he's number one
right now.
Pound for pound.
So then Volkanovski might be third.
Well, I think Volk is actually third.
And
I
then John
believe,
Jones
because
is
I think
second.
John Jones is second. Yeah.
I need to see him fight again.
Facts. Hope he's recovering well from his torn pec. That was a pretty crazy injury. Yeah, you saw that? You saw that when it happened? Yeah, it was pretty rowdy. All I know is that Sneeko got beat up by Sean Strickland recently.
I did see that.
That was pretty
video.
cool. If y'all haven't seen that video, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you.
That takes
Sean
balls.
Strickland beat the shit out of him though.
Yeah.
Like he really did. But Sean Strickland's a different breed. Like he really is. Like
He just doesn't care.
that dude's a fucking dog. Like I know he's gone through like a lot of shit and his childhood was like super fucked up and everything, but like bro, you can't get a man like that just by fucking lollygagging.
What'd you think of his last fight?
He fought who?
Duplessis,
right?
Yeah.
Duplessis did him? You know what? I think that I didn't watch it. I only watched the highlights. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
I know that what they're saying is that they believe that Sean Strickland won 3 out of the 5 rounds.
He did.
Is what they were saying.
He did.
I did look at the highlights. It kind of looked like he did, but they gave it to
Duplessis.
I know Sean was kind of probably upset about that, but I mean, he'll probably come back for revenge, if anything.
Pops, if you're watching this, yeah, Strickland won.
Strickland won.
He landed more punches.
Strickland won.
But I feel like the only reason why Duplessis could have won was because he had more ground control. Like
yeah. I mean,
I think he had like
that's a big deal, especially in
minutes.
MMA. I mean, I know like it's not interesting to watch, but that's actually a pretty big like aspect. Like if you have ground control for a long time,
you're gonna win the fight.
You're winning that round for sure. So I'm sure that Sean Strickland probably had some more significant strikes and everything, total strikes. But I mean, if you're on your back or whatever the whole time, then.
Yeah, because
that's the fight, brother.
I think he had like 2 or 3 minutes on him.
Right.
Of just ground control.
Yeah, see,
so
you can't really do that, man. Not if you're trying to win. I mean, I know that, like, honestly, Sean Strickland super impressed me when he fought Adesanya.
Facts.
Like, I really thought Adesanya was going to pick him apart, honestly.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know much about Sean Strickland up until that point.
Yeah.
I just knew that I was like, oh, this dude's, like, walking out here like he's going to be, like, a brawler type thing, and is he just going to touch him up? But that was not
out here finding that
case.
Philly show.
That was not the case. Bro, Sean Strickland beat the shit out of Izzy, bro.
He really did.
Like, bad. Like, I'm talking technically, like, it was kind of a boring fight, but, like, you could tell,
he
like,
whooped his ass.
Well, but you could tell, like, if you're a fighter and you, like, have been trained kind of, like, in any type of anything, you know that, like, the technique that was being used in that whole fight, even though it was boring as shit, it was, like, you have to understand that Sean Strickland really shook Izzy. Like, he really was not on his same, like, he couldn't be on his same rhythm. Like, Izzy wasn't allowed to get, like, a pace and a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Sean Strickland was just blocking everything, which is crazy. Because Izzy is one of the greatest strikers in MMA, respectively, like, debatably, of course.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think Sean O'Malley's number one currently striking.
The style bender fell.
Style bender has failed. I think Sean O'Malley is the number one striker in the UFC right now.
He's pretty tough,
bro.
Like how he did Sterling in that.
Dude,
oh my,
dude.
Sterling missed that one punch.
Aljamain Sterling. I mean,
perfect time. Just boom.
Well, here's what I'm saying. He's done it multiple times. Yeah. Like, he's ended fights with one punch. Speaking of Sean O'Malley, he's fighting Chita Vera, UFC 299, which is in, we're saying March 9th. Some shit like that.
I think so.
That's in a few weeks.
Let me double check.
I know that they've already fought before, and I think I've heard something about Sean saying that he hurt himself in that fight. That's why he was on his back. Like, I think he said, like, he hurt his ankle or something. Like, there was something that he messed up. I believe. I feel like I maybe heard that somewhere. That there was something that was like an underlying something that basically stopped him from fighting the best that he could, basically. So I know that he was pretty upset about that loss because he did fight Chita Vera already. Yeah. And Chita Vera did win. It's his only loss. So I know that he wants to do this now that he's a champion. He wants to do this fight again so he can be like, look, he's not really better than me. I was just hurt type shit. So that's going to be an interesting fight for sure.
Like I said, bro, I low-key want Chito Vera to win, but I know O'Malley's going to take it at this point because he is an amazing striker.
Bro,
so.
I mean, like, literally, like, every single fight has ended in a spectacular, like, way.
One punch.
Like,
KO.
one punch something. Like,
I need to call that man the one punch man.
Like he is
anime.
really one punch man, honestly, because, like, all of his fights, like, I'm talking, like, that one uppercut on that one dude with, like, the little handlebar mustache, that ball. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Bink.
It fell asleep. Now, you know which uppercut sent me, bro? The one that was done by, Francis Ngannou against Alistair.
Oh, that one where he was stepping back and
he just, like, rocked him. Yeah. His whole body just went stiff and his head went back and just...
Yeah.
Just died.
Well, there's a few that have definitely caught me, like, in UFC history like that. Like, another one was Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah. So everybody was like, man, Conor can't beat Jose. Jose's, like, undefeated right now. Not undefeated, but he's just on a tear right now or whatever. And then literally, like, 20 seconds into the fight. Dunk.
Got slept. That was a good-ass fight.
That was a beautiful fight. And, I mean, that was a great punch. And that honestly made Conor McGregor.
Is that your, like, well, okay, so, like, is that part of, like, your top 3 favorite knockouts, or?
Fuck. That's a great question. I think one of my top 3 favorite workouts.
Workouts?
Wow. One of my top 3 favorite knockouts is definitely Adesanya versus Pereira.
Okay.
Definitely top 3. I can't tell you. Maybe
Which one?
Maybe 3.
Which one? Because there's...
True. The most recent one where he got the championship back. Yeah. That one he was on where he was playing the...
and he hit him with his own arrows.
Yeah, that shit was tough. I was like, tough. That's crazy. So that was a good one.
Disrespectful.
I think I like that one where Anthony Pettis jumped off the cage and that crazy like kick.
Yeah.
That was cool.
A cage kick.
Yeah, the cage kick was crazy.
Badass.
And I think that last one is by that one dude that did the whole and then the spin kick and he like just Do you remember that?
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember if it was two black dudes fighting.
The only one I remember is where one of them had the other dude's like foot held. He was just holding him. And he just, like,
that one. I remember that one.
Right into the chin.
I remember that one. No, it's a different one. They're in the middle of the ring and he just kind of like 1-2 fakes and then fucking like spin kicks and just boom, bro. Like it was so crazy.
Just knocked him out.
That was pretty crazy. That was a good one for sure. I mean, obviously Jose Aldo and Conor's up there. Honestly, a lot of Sean O'Malley's have been like
nice.
My favorite Sean O'Malley knockout was I forgot who he's fighting, but he knocked the dude down and he walked over to him and then just like remember when he like just fell on top of him and just like and then he gets up and does the whole little like
You know, basketball.
You remember that? You remember that? I do remember that basketball move was pretty tough after that knockout.
Hit a little fadeaway after a knockout.
Fadeaway. That's pretty funny. I like how he trains serious, but he doesn't take things too serious.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a Nate Diaz when it comes to like promoting and stuff like that. Like he smokes and he's smoking and training. Like he posts that on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because I feel that sometimes smoking and like smoking weed in particular and being an athlete is sometimes looked at as like you're not giving your full because you're partaking in, weed substances or whatever. It's the same thing with drinking or anything like that. Yeah. In athletes, I mean. Mm-hmm. But he just kind of disproves all of that because it's like, I'm the fucking champion. What are you going to say? Like, I'm winning. I mean, Nate Diaz did the same thing. Nate and Nick Diaz both did the same thing.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
It was crazy. I remember one time they were saying that Nick Diaz back in the day, like, there was, I don't remember what fight it was, but they were saying that they tested him after the fight for, I guess, weed or marijuana. Like, they piss test him or some shit. Basically, they said that he had so much, like, THC or, like, just cannabinoid compounds in his system that there was no way that he wasn't high while he was fighting. So like he was just fucking zooted out there. Damn. And I think that fight he got knocked down like 3 times and still won. Like it was who? I don't remember who it was, dude, but it was a Nick Diaz fight from back in the day. Way back in the day.
I think I remember him just getting knocked out and then coming back up like nothing happened.
Somehow, some way, like just. Well, here's what I will say. In combat sports, I know that, like, for example, whenever I was fighting Muay Thai, well, okay, I guess going back further, whenever I was playing football, I know that whenever I got concussions, my my parents were like, hey, because they're real, like, they're, what's the right word to say that? Or the right way to say that? They're basically, They're pro natural healings, basically. Like they're pro like they like mushrooms and all that. Like they do the mushroom coffee, microdose. They smoke weed. Yeah. So they're I guess it's like the benefits of stuff like that, basically. Yeah. So I know that like whenever I got concussions playing football, they would let me smoke because it's anti-inflammatory. So, or marijuana is an anti-inflammatory, so and a pain reducer. So basically, it was like I would smoke and it would allow my brain to stop like throbbing, basically, and like just chill for a little bit, so I could sleep or whatever the case may be. Because I know that like at least in my experience, when I had concussions, my head was throbbing all the time. I had headaches. Yeah, I couldn't have the window open because the light hurt. I wasn't able to like watch YouTube or nothing. I couldn't listen to music because like the sound hurt my ears. Like it was like. Couldn't read. Yeah. Not that I couldn't read, but it just hurt to read. Like it hurt my eyes to read. So I know that like I got a concussion. I didn't go to school for the rest of the week, but I was able to like get back so fast because usually like I mean, I got back in a week. Like I took that week off, and that next week I was able to play, but I had to sit out because I didn't go to because I wasn't practicing with the team. Yeah, yeah. Does that make sense? So I had to skip that week also, even though I could have played. Yeah. So for, so what I'm saying, like for combat sports, I know that like when I was fighting Muay Thai after I was done with football and everything, I know that I like to spar. I'm a spar kind of person. And even though we weren't going full force or like even like half force, being hit in the head, it rattles your brain a little bit, even if it's just a little bit. Because they teach you like, I don't know if this is every martial art, but in my gym, I know that they when they taught us like to punch and to kick and all that, it's to rattle like the brain. Like actually, they taught us how to rattle brain. Basically, like obviously you're not pushing through the bag and you're not like just trying to make the bag swing. You want to hit it so that the bag shakes, like it kind of goes like and that basically represents like your head rattling. Yeah. So I mean, we all knew those techniques. We all knew how to make that happen. Yeah. So that's just how we fought, how we punched. Even I mean, like just sparring, like just light stuff. Like even if you blocked it, you're still rattling your head. You know what I'm saying? So I know that after like Muay Thai, I would always have to like smoke because I would come home with headaches. Yeah. From just like light sparring. But I mean, I would spar for like an hour and a half or two. So it's like I would go rounds, like 15 rounds. I'd be sparring. Yeah. So obviously that's crazy going 15 rounds of sparring, but
That is.
going light 15 rounds of sparring, I can understand. And that's what we did. But I mean, even still, it's like 15 rounds of head trauma, basically.
Pretty much.
So that's why I stopped actually doing Muay Thai. Because I'm one where I'm very cautious with my brain. Like I know that like I'm not physically like the most amazing athlete or anything like that. Therefore, I know that my brain is probably my most valuable asset. Therefore, I want to keep it safe.
Keep it safe.
For the most part, you know? So that's kind of why I stopped doing all that. But I still love like boxing, more, you know, all that. I love watching all that. Who's your favorite boxer of all time?
Boxer of all time?
All time, though.
All time.
Everybody. All time.
Damn.
I know. I mean, I guess mine's kind of cliche.
I mean, the greatest would be Muhammad Ali.
Yes. Statistically, yes. But I'm going to have to say Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Just because of the attitude.
He did have a sick-ass attitude.
I like the attitude more.
He was
I
a
like
menace.
the attitude more. Well,
Sign the contract, big boy.
I love his story. I love like his upbringing. Like I know it's really like it sucked, and I know it was really hard. But like this, I mean, I imagine it like just the chances of this kid getting found by Customato, and he just happened to be a phenom. Like he happened to just be a specimen. Like he just, you know, by chance.
He was him?
He was him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the craziest part is, to me, the craziest part about Mike Tyson is the whole, like, Customato would hypnotize him.
Oh, yeah.
Would hypnotize Mike Tyson. And he would basically make him believe that he was indestructible and he was a killing machine. And he would...
And no one can beat him.
No one can beat him and this and that. And, like, that's crazy. Like, because hypnotism, I don't know how... I've never been hypnotized. I don't know if that shit really works.
You want to try
I want
it
to
try
try
how
it.
it feels.
I want to try it and see if it's a
the
thing.
Experience is.
If it's a thing, because I'm definitely one of those skeptic people, and potentially it may not work on me because I'm again a skeptic person.
Yeah.
But I know that like it would be interesting to see if it actually worked and like what I could like do, like what they could make me do. Because I feel that I'm pretty strong.
Have you seen those videos of like
brain.
the people are like, oh yeah, okay. As soon as they count to 4, like you sleep and then they just.
Yeah, I don't know.
They just give them like this prompt and they have to either believe it or do it, and they do it as soon as they wake up. Like I don't know. Like to me, it seems like a bunch of baloney.
Yeah, I think it just looks like it could just be too much baloney. But
I don't know. Like I feel like it's like a certain way that they do it that it actually works, and it tricks your brain into thinking like, oh yeah, you can run through a damn wall if you really wanted to, and then you try and do it, and you actually fucking do it.
Yeah, I don't know, somehow, some way. I don't know. Well, I know that the brain is very powerful.
It is.
They say that we only use 10% of our brain, but I feel that that's maybe ignorant people that use only 10% of their brain. I feel like I use a little bit more.
You feel like
maybe like 12, 13.
Like 12?
Yeah, maybe 13. Maybe 15.
Have you seen that movie, Lucy?
Yes. That shit is tough. That shit is tough. See,
I just don't know if that's how it would.
I feel that kind of stuff is possible.
Really?
I feel that it's possible that if you really manifest it and believe it, I feel that, because, I mean, to think about it, your brain is a bunch of electrical waves and electrical pulses, right? Yeah. So, therefore, you can manipulate the energy around you because, I mean, that's what manifesting is. Right. It's like, you know, you're manipulating the atoms and the energy around you to basically give you what you want. I feel that, I mean, if you really, like, want to think about it and really want to, like, if you sat here for, I don't know, days or whatever, you could probably move one of the chapsticks. I think it's possible. If you really believe and you sat there and you were like, I think you could do it. Have you ever seen those dudes, like, on TikTok and all that like, move shit?
There's no way you believe that.
I don't believe them. I don't believe them.
I was about to say, because you know what they're doing, right? They're over here.
Yeah.
They're just using air to push whatever the fuck they have in front of them.
I get
There's
it.
no way.
Yeah, no. I know that the ones that do look the most convincing are like the aluminum ones, but obviously those are like electrical forces and it's just like magnetism and shit pushing it away. I get it, but it would be cool if that was actually like a case.
You know what I think though?
Yeah.
That if there was anybody in this world that were to somehow end up with superpowers, right?
It'd be me.
Okay.
It'd be me.
At this point, you wouldn't even be here. Because the government would have taken your ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here.
And you would have been studied for your damn superpowers.
Nah, I got superpowers.
They would have restricted your superpowers in some way, shape, or form.
I got superpowers, but you're not catching me. See, that's the other thing. Man, I think about this a lot, actually. So, you know, like, have you seen The Boys?
Yeah.
It's like Homelander.
Yeah.
I feel this is just me.
Here we go.
I feel like I'd be a lot like Homelander if I had his superpowers.
You know who I would be like?
Who?
Noir.
You would be like Noir, bro.
I
love Noir. I love Noir.
Spoilers.
He's probably one of my favorite characters.
Spoilers. I was so sad that he died.
Yeah, me too.
Spoilers.
I was super upset. I was like, man, I can't believe that they killed him.
Death,
it was bad. It sucked. And fucking Homelander, man, what a bitch. But I would definitely be like Homelander, 100%.
So okay, so say you get your superpowers, right? Okay, so as of right now, what are your ideal superpowers?
Oh, like what would you? I love talking about this. What would you have? Okay, so.
Because I want to see something. I want to see something.
I'm gonna. This is gonna be super cheese. I'm about to finesse the fuck out of the system. Okay, let's check me out.
I know we already talked about this, and I might know your answer already.
You might know my answer. You might know.
Go ahead.
So I know that when I was in physics,
okay,
my senior year of high school, we had an assignment.
Yeah.
We were talking about energies, so kinetic, potential, thermal, light, nuclear. You know, all the UV, all the types of energies, right? And my professor was like, hey, go home, study, and on Monday, I want to hear all of what y'all would choose y'all's superpower to be. Like, if you were able to manipulate one type of energy, what would it be? Like, which one would you choose?
Yeah.
So originally, I chose light because there was like, you could move light speed.
Yeah.
You could fly.
Right.
You could make people blind. You could fuck with people's brain waves.
Yeah.
You could basically conduct electricity.
Yeah.
There was like a whole bunch of stuff. You could burn shit because of how fat, like thermal and everything. Like basically, light had a lot of them. Had a lot of the other elements in it, but I didn't realize that there was a kinetic energy option or a potential energy option. Well, now if somebody asked me now, what superpower would you, or what would you want to be able to do? I would definitely say I want to be able to manipulate kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy.
Therefore, that's everything. I can do anything and everything.
Pretty much.
Which is sick.
Yeah.
So that would be my superpower. If somebody was like, you could have one superpower, let me manipulate kinetic energy. They'd be like, well, okay. And then they do it, and then I'd be all powerful, and I could do everything. It'd be awesome.
Okay.
It'd be so
now
cool.
that
What would you say?
Hold on. Before we go into that.
Okay.
Now that you have your superpower, you can do whatever the fuck you want now.
Literally.
Because you manipulate kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Are you becoming a villain or a hero?
I wouldn't purposely like destroy shit, like try and conquer the world or whatever, but I definitely wouldn't be a good guy.
So again, like Homelander, because you see him and you're like, oh, a superhero, and then he just fucking kills everybody.
Yeah, he kills everybody. I don't know if it would be that extreme either. I know that, like, for example, I would make sure, like, with that potential, I could create things. Therefore, I would create a lot of stuff. I think that's more of what I would do.
Okay.
So obviously, like, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be good stuff that I would create, but I mean, like, hella bread, like, the house, like, I mean, shit like that, like, it's dumb stuff. But I don't know. I mean, with that much power, with great power comes great responsibility.
I just want to be Spider-Man.
We know. Uncle Ben said it. We know.
I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's cool. Don't get me wrong. I think Spider-Man is cool. But
I love Spider-Man.
I feel that, like, the superpowers that always turn me on the most are either brute strength stuff, so like Wolverine, or
brute
like
strength.
Yeah, Wolverine.
He's pretty strong, but the first to come in mind would be like Superman or
Hulk. No. I mean, yes. I mean, yeah, that brute strength. But I mean, like, he's like a dog. Wolverine.
He's just like a killing machine.
Exactly. Like, that's the shit. Like, he's Weapon X. That's the kind of shit that I like. Like, I like Weapon X. I like Blade. I like Spawn.
He's his own category.
Yeah, he's kind of not really superhero.
He's not
really superhero.
Because he's not in DC nor in Marvel.
He's kind of his own thing, which is cool.
I mean,
there was, you know what? There was actually this low key comic that I found on TikTok. It was this dude that he's like an author just trying to like make it basically. Yeah. He has a comic book character. I don't remember the name of it, but basically what the character was able to do was manipulate ink. But he had a bunch of tattoos on his body.
Oh yeah, I've
so
seen
it was
this,
like
yeah.
he had guns and swords and chains and all that. Like
everything with his ink.
Yeah, all with his ink. So he could basically like manifest it into reality. So like he had guns and like it was like
of crazy.
It was
shit,
super cool. I was like, man, that's a pretty damn cool.
I
like,
did see that.
That's a pretty damn cool fucking like
ability.
superpower. Yeah, like that'd be pretty dope.
I feel like when it comes to abilities, like
I think like
main like superheroes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go with either like super speed. I don't know why, or teleporting. Like those two always like
those are good.
Get me.
Those are good.
Because with super speed, you can do a bunch of other stuff. So like you can time travel if you think about it.
If you really like try it, yeah.
Right. And you can stop time too. Yeah. If you think about it again. Yeah. And with teleportation, it's just like I can be anywhere I want. Like you're not touching me.
Well, again, with speed, you can kind of be anywhere you want it too, which is kind of cool. I mean, it takes maybe.
But with speed, it's like you can create. You know, have you seen The Flash? Where
I haven't seen it.
Oh wow.
I've seen the movie. I think.
Have you? Okay.
Not the recent one, but
there's like
before that.
You know how he's like going so fast to where it looks like there's 2 of him or 3 of them or 4 of them. You know what I mean? But he's just like constantly going to those spots and just kind of posing, leaving, posing, posing, and it just makes it seem like he's over there. Like that kind of stuff. I'm just like, that would be dope as hell. Because how are you gonna know where I'm at?
Of course.
Which one do you know? Like which one is me?
Yeah, right.
Yet again, I want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's cool. I think Spider-Man's dope. I like the strength. I like the agility of Spider-Man and all that. And web swinging is cool.
And he's smart as hell.
And he's smart. But going back to what I was saying, like I like again brute force or like just savages, as well as superpowers that have to do with like intelligence or like knowledge or like for example like Professor X. I would also do that. Like I would be able to read everybody's mind. I'm okay with doing that.
Really?
Yeah. Like I know that it
takes
I know that it would take a lot on the person. Like I know it like wears a lot, but I'm a fucking dog. Try me.
If there's
let me get those superpowers and we'll see if I crumble.
If there's some way that you can actually do that, I would want you to do it just to see how you end up.
For sure.
Because it's like
see what I would be
I
like.
don't think you can do that off the gate and be like, yeah, I already conquered it. Like, there's no fucking way.
No, there's obviously, it would have to. I mean, like, just in, like, Professor X, like, have you seen, like, in order?
Yeah.
So I know that, like, in the beginning, he didn't really fuck with his powers. And then he was able to figure out how he could amplify them.
Yeah.
So then he was able to find other mutants. Well, then that whole thing kind of failed whenever the first class and everything kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So then he kind of went into hiding because he was. That's when. Man, spoiler alert. I don't remember what movie. I think it was First Class, or it was one of them where Wolverine went back in time. Days of Future Past.
Yeah. Where he went back to the mansion
when he went back to the mansion.
Talk to the professor.
Yep. But because you remember he was able to walk at that time.
He still had hair and everything.
He was young. But, do you remember that the reason that he could walk is because he was using that formula that Beast used to try it? Because remember in First Class, remember how Beast had the gorilla or like the monkey feet at first? It was like he had like he marsupial feet, like he could use his feet, like hands, basically. Well, then remember how he was talking with Mystique, and he was gonna make her a serum, where she didn't have to look like that, like she could look like Jennifer Lawrence, all the time, you know, and she was like, no, I don't want that, like, because it was super conflicting for her, because Xavier's like, well, no, you have to love your skin, you have to be like comfortable, and then this fool's like, well, no, like you want to be different, like I want to be different, like so. Then he fucking did that thing. He stabbed himself in the foot with that serum, and then he turned into Beast. Yep. Well, Xavier was using that to walk again, but he wasn't able to use his mind powers anymore. But so what he was saying in that movie, it's basically like it calms him because it's like he doesn't have to feel the pain of all the other mutants, basically. Because at that time, I think that's when like they were hunting mutants and shit. Yeah. So yeah, I think it'd be rowdy. I think it takes a strong person to do it, but I'm down.
I just saw the curtain move.
Did it move?
Yeah. As in, like if someone were to do that.
No way.
I was so serious.
You're fucking lying.
I'm so serious.
Where?
On this side.
Don't say that.
That is insane.
That's so scary. I'm going to see it in the thing, probably.
Oh, that's crazy. And maybe not, because I feel like the chair's blocking it.
Maybe I was blocking it. Oh, shit. Which way? That way.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But it does take a strong mind.
It does take a strong person. Definitely does take a strong person. So I think that would be cool. I really like the idea of being able to read people's minds. I like the idea of like all intelligence. I think that's cool.
All intelligence.
Like all intelligence would be dope. Like,
so you would be more of an intellectual type of
I think
superhero.
Yeah.
Not me.
It made me be 6'3".
Well, okay.
I'd be like, okay. First things first, I need to be 6'3".
Yeah.
So it made me grow. Second thing, I'll take all the mental shit.
You'll just be Wolverine.
Or Wolverine. I'd definitely be Wolverine. That'd be tough.
I feel like...
You know what? I want to play Wolverine in a movie.
You could do it.
Like an actual movie. I think I could too, because I feel that I have like that kind of like fucking stocky, like a young Wolverine. I think I could do it.
Let me be Spider-Man.
Yes, be Spider-Man, bro.
I can't do flips though.
Nah, yeah, you can't do flips.
I need to get flexible. I'm not flexible.
Dude, honestly, another thing about going back to like combat wise, we kind of went off on a superhero tangent, but that's a good conversation. I really love superhero conversations. They're like my favorite because it's like I love what everybody's like opinion is about them. Because like I know that there's a lot of people that's like, oh, invisibility or like super strength or like super speed.
Invisibility is kind of whack though.
Invisibility is whack unless you're weird.
Yeah, you gotta be a fucking
unless you're a weirdo
to like that.
Superheroes invisibility is kind of whack.
I'm trying to be Deadpool too.
Deadpool would be tough.
Can you imagine?
You can't die.
You imagine though? I mean, it kind of sucks. Well, is he immortal?
Yes.
He's immortal.
Technically.
Technically?
He'll never grow old because the way that he, like in the movie at least, the way that he activated his power is is basically he doesn't allow himself to die. His cells always regenerate.
Okay.
So that he's have a hyper regeneration of.
This is the one thing I hate though. Like, I don't like the idea of being immortal because I don't want to keep like being sad about seeing my closest ones die.
Like outgrow them?
Yeah.
That's why I want to be a vampire.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. Because
so that everyone that I really love I can buy and they can stay with me forever.
You're fucking stupid. No, you're cooked. I feel because eventually you're just gonna indulge too much fucking knowledge and you're just gonna
for sure.
You're gonna melt.
Well, I'll probably
to be immortal is a no-go for me. I do not want to do that. Get me out of that list. Let me just die. Because I already did my hero stuff. I already saved Shorty from falling off the building. I already saved my dog.
As Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Because I already saved my dog from the fat-ass lizard that's trying to make everyone a lizard in the city.
Type shit.
Like, I already kicked ass. Like, let me die a hero. Even if it's just old-ass age and I die in my bed sleeping, I want to die.
Yeah.
No suicidal stuff. Yeah. But
I don't want to be immortal. You don't like the idea of being immortal.
No, because it's just like I'm seeing everyone die.
Yeah.
Like I start a new family, cool. I'm gonna look young as hell and they're just old as hell. I'm like, damn. You're gonna die.
Yeah, they ugly as shit.
Like you're gonna die soon. And then I start a new family, new cycle, new family, new cycle. It's just an endless cycle of
I think you'd understand
sadness.
that at some point that you just wouldn't have a family and you would just provide yourself.
But then you start to crave that and you're like, damn, like I miss having a family.
Well, you crave it, but I agree. I think that being immortal as a superhero and not being able to have anybody else to be immortal with would suck.
It would suck. As long as I have somebody to be immortal with, I'm cool.
However, if you're a vampire,
oh my God, here we go. No.
Vampire werewolf.
No.
Vampire werewolf. Which one?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
I'm a hybrid.
Yes, if you had to choose one, hybrid, not fucking
vampire.
hybrid. Vampire.
I'm on my opium shit.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe.
So here's.
I don't want to look pale. I need my melanin.
I don't think that's the least of your problems. I think the thing that worries me the most is being cold. So like,
you don't like being cold?
Not that I don't like being cold, but I don't like being cold for other people.
Oh.
Like now I'm talking about like fucking Twilight, fucking vampires and werewolves. So like the Cullens were cold, like they were cold blooded and they had cold skin, like fucking ice. But the werewolves were warm as shit.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. So, but here's the thing: is I wouldn't turn into a big ass wolf. I would turn into a lichen.
Would you?
Like from Underworld?
Yeah.
Like the fucking like badass like fucking werewolves, you know?
Yeah.
But even then, I think I would still kind of rather be a vampire. I just like the aesthetic of vampirism. I think it's like
very opium.
I think it's old money. It's like royal
luxury.
Yeah, luxury, royal.
That old school luxury. That's what it is.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Big.
Like I would wear
mansion.
fucking blouses. I'd wear blouses all the time.
Man,
and I'd be a killer too.
Just give me the same drip.
I'd be a killer too. I'd take over the world, bro. As a vampire, I'd take over the world.
Okay, you're cooked.
Yeah, as a vampire, I would take over the world.
Me, Spidey, I'm gonna fucking web you up to the walls until you learn your damn lesson.
You couldn't catch me. I'm too fast. And I'm too strong.
You'd be surprised.
My Spider-Man catching it.
You know how strong this motherfucker is, too?
Yes,
he's pretty strong.
We understand Spider-Man's strong.
And he's always holding back if you think about it.
As a vampire?
He's always holding back if you think about it.
Vampire? Man, fuck your ass. Fuck your ass, bro. I'm dodging all that shit.
Whatever you throw at me, I'm dodging too.
Imagine Spidey as a vampire. Like,
I feel like
being Spider-Man.
I feel like there
has to be an alternate version where he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Well, like fucking Manuel. What's his name? Not Manuel. From fucking... My bad, not Manuel. From the new Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse?
Yes.
What's his name? There's a lot of fucking
No, the main one. Like the...
There's no way you call him Manuel. The main Spider-Man from the movie Spider-Verse?
Not Miles Morales. Fucking...
Who? Oh, you talking about Spider-Man 2099?
The fucking one, the blue suit.
Miguel.
Miguel.
Is that his name? Miguel O'Hara. Yeah.
My name is Miguel O'Hara. Yeah, that is his name. That motherfucker's tough. I'd be that Spider-Man.
Miles Morales on top.
Nah.
Don't matter.
That Spider-Man.
He whooped his ass. He didn't catch him.
That's what it is. He didn't catch him.
He just can't.
He didn't catch him. He's in a fucking alternate universe right now.
I'm him.
Miles Morales is the Prowler. If you haven't seen it. Sorry.
Fat ass spoiler. Holy shit.
Sorry for the spoiler. Miles Morales is Prowler.
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Miles Morales is him.
He's cool. I don't mind it.
He can hoop.
Yeah. Is that why you like it? Because he can hoop?
Yes. He's just like me for real.
Just like me.
Afro Latino.
Hell yeah.
He can go invisible. He has his own electric source somehow.
Somehow, some way.
Which is pretty fucking dope.
That is cool.
About it.
He's a pretty cool version.
He's got drip. In terms of like the style suit, it's pretty drippy. A black suit with red.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
don't get me wrong, the OG is still nice as hell.
Man, you really like Spider-Man, don't you?
Dude, I love Spider-Man.
You love Spider-Man.
Why do you think I dressed up as...
No, that's cool.
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
In Halloween. Bro, everyone was like, oh yeah, like you definitely fit the description.
That makes sense.
I was like... I'm him. I could be Spider-Man.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know who my favorite superhero is.
You don't have one? Okay, how about this? Think of a favorite superhero in terms of Marvel.
Okay, Marvel.
Because I'm gonna do the same, like Marvel and DC.
DC is Batman.
Indeed.
100%. I could be Batman.
Well, I could be the Flash, low key too.
No, I could be Batman. Like if I were in DC's world, I would be Batman. And you still haven't even seen the new Batman.
I haven't.
Bro, you have to watch that Batman.
When I get home.
That's a tough Batman, bro. Like, I'm talking like...
I got you when I get home.
Just because of how gothic it is.
Gothic?
Yeah, like it is kind of...
opium?
It's very like... Yeah, it really is. It's kind of opium. It's kind of it's super dark.
Yeah.
I love how it's kind of scary almost at times. Like it's almost like... Because the way that the dude played the Riddler in that movie is like...
He's badass.
Like 0 to none, bro. Or like 1 to none. Like he's fucking like...
He's
him, bro. Like he's actually a scary villain. Like it was like he was really like a psychopath type thing. Like it was like you were every time that you were in contact with him, you were scared because he could do anything.
What the hell?
Like anything.
What is he gonna do?
Or like he was always a step ahead of you. Like always. So
speaking of, you know what would be so dope? This is kind of like a 2-part thing. You know what would be so dope to see in a movie? Scarecrow. I want they need to do it.
Scarecrow.
They need to get like the way they did in the video game. Like they need to translate that into a movie.
Yes, I agree. I think more like kind of a crazier, kind of more like
they need more fear,
more hardcore Scarecrow. I think would be tough in a movie. Yeah. I think they should do it. Well, I know that they're doing So I know that in the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, the recent one that just came out was spoilers. Sorry if you haven't seen it. Main villains were Penguin and the Riddler.
Yeah, I knew that.
I know that in the next one, supposedly they're saying that there's going to be a Joker. A version of Joker. Played by the dude in Saltburn.
Yeah, I did see something like that on, I think it was like on Instagram.
Yeah. Because they were actually talking to him. Well, I know that Joaquin Phoenix is going to come out with the Joker version of Joker 2. That was supposed to be a thing, yeah. Oh, I know that, I think Lady Gaga's going to be his Harley Quinn. Yeah.
That fits, honestly.
It's going to be a fucking great movie if that's for real. Because I know that the first Joker, I loved. Like, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker was amazing.
It was good. Yeah.
Like, it was... well, they say that version of Joker was what inspired Heath Ledger's Joker. That's what they say.
Okay.
Like, they say that in the timeline order that the Joker, that like Joaquin Phoenix Joker, was the first Joker to like be in Gotham. Like, okay. And then once, I mean, I don't know how it happens, but however he ends up disappearing, that's when Heath Ledger's Joker comes into play, basically.
Okay.
Is what they say. Allegedly. I don't know if that's the case, but allegedly. So that would be cool. I know that Logan is going to be in the next Deadpool 3. There's going to be Wolverine.
I am excited for that.
That's going to be tough.
Did you like the...
I loved it. I loved all those fucking Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, all the Deadpools. The Deadpools are so funny, bro. So funny. I love the Deadpools.
Because it's more like a comedy. But it also has that action.
It's
stuff
crazy.
That he does,
and then they're raunchy as fuck. I love them, dude. You gotta stick it in your prison wallet. Hell yeah, dude. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the Juggernaut.
Oh yeah. That one scene where he's being held by Juggernaut and he has like the piece of fence right here.
Yeah. I know that's what he was holding. That's when Cyclops was holding, or what's his name? That metal dude, the big metal dude was holding him.
That was. No, I thought he was also being held by Juggernaut.
No, Juggernaut, whenever Juggernaut did it, he picked him up and he split him in half. Remember, he ripped him in half?
Oh, yeah.
And that's when he started growing the baby legs.
Oh, yeah, that's
Do you remember that? In the second movie, he had baby legs. Remember, in the first movie, they cut his hand off, so he had the baby hand.
The baby hand,
remember
right?
The baby
one was the baby...
This one was the baby legs.
Yeah,
he had the baby legs.
I remember because he went back... Spoiler, he went back...
To the granny's house,
to the granny, the blind granny, and he was just chilling there.
He was just chilling there
with his little feet.
Yeah, that shit was so funny, bro.
That was a good movie.
I love that movie.
I need another Spider-Man movie.
Well, supposedly it's postponed like 2026.
Yeah. Well, the continuation from Spider-Verse.
Across, or what is it? Across the Spider-Verse, or
something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. That sucks though. I was pretty excited about that Spider-Man movie. It was supposed to come out this year.
I thought it was next year.
It could be next year. Well, I know that one thing that I am excited for is I know that on March 1st, Dune 2 comes out. Did you watch the first Dune?
Yeah, I did. It was nice.
Dune is tough, bro. I would be in Dune. Dude, you know what? Okay. I need to go on a rant. Here's what I'll say. I know that Star Wars is potentially one of the greatest stories to ever exist in the creation of time.
I've only seen a couple.
Honestly, here's the thing. Is what's funny. Here's what's funny. Is whenever I say Star Wars to you, I'm sure you think the movies. Like all them, like you know, New Hope and Clone Wars and you know, Phantom Menace and all that shit, right? Well, really, I'm not really talking about that.
What are you talking about, the books?
No. So
what are you talking about?
Just listen.
What are you yapping about?
Listen.
What is he yapping about?
Do you remember when we were kids? How there was a show on Cartoon Network called The Clone Wars?
Yeah.
So, for years,
yeah,
I was like, I'm not really into that. You know, I don't really know who that is. Not really a big fan, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Well, it turns out that The Clone Wars is really what Star Wars is. Is like, that's the story of Star Wars. It's fucking weird. Like, I know you're like, bro, what are you saying? But, like, I promise you, like, there's just so much shit. Yeah. Okay, because when, like, people say, like, oh, when you think of Star Wars, what's Star Wars about? It's about Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, right? Yeah. Well, really, that's not what fucking Star Wars is about.
I don't know what Star Wars is
about. It's about Anakin Skywalker and fucking Ahsoka Tano, bro.
Really?
Yes.
Like it's just their story.
Like, I promise you that. So in the first movie,
yeah,
you meet Qui-Gon Jinn, you meet Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you meet young Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
And you meet Padme Amidala, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Everything right. They pick up Anakin and they take him to the Jedi Temple. He's Force, sensitive and things like that. Anyways, well, in the second movie, he's already. Oh, well, in the first movie also, that's the first time that they meet the Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn dies to Darth Maul, or at the hands of Darth Maul, which drastically changed the outcome of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because Qui-Gon Jinn was one of the last Jedi that was really about keeping the peace and about loving people and about spreading joy and things like that. And he died right when they met Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And he passed the training on to his Padawan, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who was a rule follower. He followed the rules, and that was what he did. So therefore, in the second movie, you come to find it's 10 years later. So Anakin's already a Padawan at this point. So he's Obi-Wan Kenobi's Padawan, so his student.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's already a master.
Yep.
Padme Amidala's already grown too.
Yep.
Well, in this movie, that's when Anakin and Padme get married.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So they get married, but the Jedi aren't allowed to have relations.
Stupid.
They're not allowed to be in relationships with anybody because obviously whenever you have a relationship with somebody, whenever you have a partner, it makes you weak. It makes you weak, yeah. You have a weakness now. So he did that. And then that's when the show, The Clone Wars, starts. The Clone Wars goes over the whole duration of the Clone Wars, right? So the Clone Wars was a war between the Republic, which was the Jedi, the Senate and the Jedi. And they had the clones. And the clones were basically clones of Jango Fett or Boba Fett's dad. You know Boba Fett, right? Jango Fett is Boba Fett's dad. So the clone army for the Republic was a bunch of clones that all looked exactly like Jango Fett and were trained like Jango Fett and everything, right?
Which is what a clone is.
Which is what a clone is, yeah. Exactly. And then they were fighting the Separatists. Because that's what a clone is. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's what
you're just giving me clone this, clone that. It's a clone.
Yeah, it's a clone.
Yeah, it's a clone.
Exactly. They're fighting the Separatists.
Yep.
Which is like all the droid army, basically. So it's General Grievous.
The dudes that suck at aiming.
Yeah, the motherfuckers that suck at aiming. And it's, Count Dooku and things like that, right? Well, that's the whole Clone Wars. Basically, you start from when and Ahsoka Tano is a Padawan Jedi from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You first meet her in Clone Wars, where she's basically probably like 10 in Star Wars years, and she's Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. So his student, and that's when the Clone Wars started. So they're in war right now. So basically, the Jedi forever were peacekeepers, and they were just like. Common guard, basically. Like, they just kept the peace around the galaxy. Well, now that there's a war going on, they're soldiers. Like, they're commanders and stuff like that. Yep. That's never been a thing for them. So, basically, Ahsoka Tano learned how to become a soldier rather than just a Jedi. Does that make sense? So, Anakin has always been real, like, he doesn't play by the rules. He does whatever he wants. He doesn't listen to commands and stuff like that. He's a rebel. Because he felt that the Jedi would never do what was necessary to get the mission done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would do they wouldn't do anything or whatever it took to get the mission done. But sometimes it left them out in the fucking open. But anyways, long story short, Anakin's story and Ahsoka's story together is literally the whole is what Star Wars is. And then after that is just like extra shit in my opinion. So if you really want to get into Star Wars, if you're someone that's like, I want to see what it's about and see what it's really about, watch the first movie, the second movie, and then watch the whole Clone Wars series, and then watch the rest of the movies. On Disney Plus, they actually have the thing in timeline order, like really? the everything in timeline order with the shows and the movies. So there's multiple shows that you have to watch. There's multiple movies you have to watch.
I watched The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian was tough. But that's after Luke and everybody. That's already after that.
Yeah.
Did you watch Ahsoka?
Mm-mm.
That's fucking.
Did I?
A fucking show right there.
Did I?
That's Ahsoka Tano. That's what I'm talking about.
I just watch random shit.
Yeah, right.
To be honest.
Like I said, if you really want to get into Star Wars and you're curious about Star Wars, watch first movie, second movie, and then watch the Clone Wars.
Because that's like the main.
That's the main story
to really tie everything up together.
It ties everything together. Everything that you've ever had questions about, and really, it shows that the Jedi were kind of pussies, and Anakin Skywalker was in the right. And honestly, I'm with Anakin Skywalker at this point.
I mean, he's a dog. I thought he was a cool character, to be honest.
All I know is that if I were Anakin Skywalker and I lost Padme Amidala, I would also be Darth Vader. I would also be Darth Vader. So
that's his villain arc.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, literally the sickest villain arc I think I've ever watched in the show.
I mean, he's still OP, so.
OP is shit. R.I.P. That ass.
Damn.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna have to tap in on that because again, I don't know. Like I've only seen a couple movies, but it's like not even in chronological order, so I don't know exactly what's going on. And like I said, I watched like The Mandalorian from like some random ass time. So
The Mandalorian.
I know about it, but I just don't know the actual story and how it goes onto.
Bro, I promise you, and I didn't either. And I liked Star Wars before. Like I wasn't ever a Star Wars hater. I was like, oh yeah, Star Wars is cool.
It's cool.
But my dad was like really into Star Wars.
I can see.
And I was like, we're pointing at his Legos, by the way. Legos, his Star Wars Legos. But I was like, I was like, oh yeah, no, Star Wars is cool. But he's like, no, bro, trust me. Like, and he was the same way. He'd never seen Clone Wars until we watched it together.
So basically, y'all just got put on.
We got put on at the same time, pretty much. They got put on first, and then I got put on after because I've watched it after. But they're like, dude, you have to watch this show. Like, it's like you know nothing about Star Wars, and you think you know a lot about Star Wars. And I really did. I was like, man, I know fucking Star Wars. It's about Luke Skywalker and this and that. Bro, you watch the Clone Wars, and it's like, dude, I was completely wrong.
For a second,
just look it up on third movie. Look it up on Disney Plus. On Disney Plus, they have the timeline. Like, you go to the Star Wars tab, they have the timeline chronological order of how to watch everything. So you just go there and you go all the way in order and you watch.
A lot of binging though.
A whole lot of binging. It's a really long story, but I promise you, it's fucking badass. And there's some parts of the Clone Wars where you're like, man, this shit's boring, bro. But it gets to points where you're like, man, like this is
makes sense.
This is big parts of the story that I had no idea about. Like there's a bunch of I don't want to spoil it for you because there's a bunch of shit in there that's like it's
good
villain arc shit or like good arc shit. Like it's like this is what made characters and you have no idea.
I'm on my villain arc right now, bro.
Me too.
I
needed a hug. I still haven't gotten a hug from the relationship.
Can I get a hug?
From the relationship episode. Damn, bro. You spiked it crazy.
Sorry. It pisses me off.
That's funny. Yeah, I know. I want a hug too. It's okay.
I'm Black Suit Spidey right now.
Black Suit Spidey. Facts, bro. Whenever he's fucking Tobey Maguire's dancing in the fucking rain when he's in all black. Do you remember that? In the movie?
Indeed.
I remember he fucking did it. I remember how he did it. Remember that little kid that was dancing it?
Yeah.
That little kid is fucking funny. With that being said, that's probably the end of the episode. We kind of went all over the place. We went from UFC,
superpower, superheroes, Batman, Star Wars,
and now we're at Star Wars. We're kind of talking about a little bit movies and stuff like that. Honestly, I would definitely be a Jedi.
So you want to be a puss, is what you're saying?
No, I just want to be trained as a Jedi and then leave.
Go to the dark side.
And then leave.
Or would you just be rogue?
I'd be rogue, like a Ronin.
Indeed.
A Ronin. That's kind of what...
I feel like that's the way to go.
That's what they say Ahsoka is. So she's trained as a Jedi, right?
Yeah.
But she's also a soldier. But she's also has some dark tendencies because her master was Anakin Skywalker, the greatest Sith of all time.
Right.
And she's not a part of anything. So she's a Ronin by herself. And she's a fucking badass.
I feel like that's the only way.
She's potentially the most powerful. I agree. I think that, like, once you watch this show, like, I promise you're going to be like, man, fuck the Order. Like, that's some bullshit. Like, there's no way I'd be a part of that. And that's how I am. Like, I'm like, there's no way I'd be a part of that.
I guess we'll have to see.
I'd get kicked out so fast. Yeah. I'm disobedient. I don't know. Things like that. But anyways, that's going to be the end of this episode. Well, I said that, but it's cool because we were just kind of going over everything.
Yep.
I hope you guys liked that episode. It was kind of all over the place. Like,
let us know your thoughts. If you've seen Star Wars, let us know your thoughts.
Let us know what y'all's favorite movies are. Like, if you like Lord of the Rings or like a Harry Potter kind of person, like I definitely get it.
What's your favorite superpower?
What's your favorite superpower? What would your superpowers be if you...
Or if you had to pick a superhero to beat, who would you be?
That one. That part.
That part.
Ain't no conversate with the fake. That part. All my bitches independent, bitch. That part. I just smoked the paper.
That part.
All my bitches flavor. That part. Yeah. That shit was tough. We see you guys. See you guys in the next episode. We love y'all. We love y'all so much. Thanks for all the love, comment, love and the support.
Share with everybody.
Comment, share, subscribe.
Share with your
know the vibes.
Friends, anybody. I know the vibes.
Peace out.
We'll see you in the next one. See you guys. Peace out. Love you. Bye.